Hi everyone. Hey, it's Amy. Sorry if the screen is kind of dark. It is on my end. Hopefully, it's not on yours. But I really wanted to talk about what's really going on. My heart is breaking. I know God's heart's breaking. This has been weighing heavy on me. I know you guys have not heard from me in a while. I wasn't quite sure if I was ready to do this, but God said, "Go, do it, share." I was praying last night. I was praying this morning. And I just kept hearing all these things in my head about what's going on with the being divided. It's just ridiculous. I mean, I can't handle it anymore. I mean, God has made us. How did He make us? He made us unique and different in every way. Unique and different in every way. He made male and female. I mean, that's in Genesis. Male and female. Unfortunately, what happened in Genesis was Eve got sidetracked and, God said, wait a minute, you can have this whole beautiful garden. You can do anything you want in this garden, right? And He says, but don't eat of the tree of good and evil. What did she do? Well, here comes this crafty old snake, the serpent. He comes sliding through and, hey, did God really say that? Why would He say that? Why would He not want you to eat that? You think that maybe because God was protecting them, saying, I'm not quite sure. No, He's not saying I'm not quite sure, but He's saying, I know I'm not quite sure what you're going to do, but I'm hoping, I'm praying, I created you. I'm thinking that you're going to do the right thing. You're going to completely disregard what Satan is saying. He's tempting Eve. He tempted her. What did she do? She gave in to the temptation. What's happening now? People are giving in to these temptations. They're going on their emotions. Stop going on your emotions and go on facts. I just wanted to took a few notes. So I'm going to open up my phone and I'm going to let you hear some of these notes. When you read the Bible, there were different skin tones, right? I mean, okay, here's my point. We all had different skin tones, right? We all have just different skin tones. Even us white people have different skin tones. I mean, but here's my point. Back then in the Bible, a lot of people were darker from the sun being outside a lot, and there were really light colored people. There were very dark colored people. I just happen to be light colored person because my skin tone is very pasty. It isn't now because I'm in the sun. But I have Irish blood in me that, I do tan, but I tend to be on the fair skin tone side. Okay, is there anything wrong with that? No. I'm not going around going, hey, my dad, by the way, this is a great example. I wish I could have a picture of him I could show you. I do. It's in my room, but I'm not going to go get it. Didn't think of that till now. His skin tone was really dark. You see this wood? He could probably be about the same color as that wood. That's how brown his skin was. It was very brown. I had people come up to me and go, hey, is your dad Italian? No, he's Slovak and he's Austrian. So, therefore, his skin was dark. You know why his skin was dark too? I mean, he had that pigment in his skin, but he loved the sun. He'd sit there for hours when he didn't have to work. He just loved soaking up the sun. So his skin was dark. And like I said, people would ask me, is he Italian? No, he's not. Okay. So I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, but I have to discuss it. It's the truth. So were we racist against my dad because his skin was darker? No. No, he was my dad. I loved him, and my friends were fine with him, even though they always asked me, was he Italian? No. Okay, so therefore you have different people with different skin tones. That's okay. We're all unique and different. God made us that way. Male and female, He created them. Okay, I'm going to move on. This isn't coming out probably the way I want it to, but whatever, it's live. So God didn't make mistakes when He created each and every one of us in a unique and different way. And we have the story of Babel. The story of Babel is, what did the people do? They want to do everything their way. Oh no, we'll build it this way, we'll do this way. God had a plan. Were the people following that plan? No. Are we following that plan right now? No. So God has confused their language. So they had no other choice but to go here, go there. This nation was built. This nation was built. This community of people was built. This community of people, they kind of like hovered together. But here's my point. Okay, so we have all these different groups of people. Here's the sin. Here's my point. The sin is how people perceived everything in their minds, not in God's. It was in their mind. So in their mind, they said, oh my gosh, I can't let you go and marry so-and-so. Oh my gosh, it's out of our tribe, or it's out of our race, or it's out of our community. That was not God. Can someone show me where in the Bible, where it is in the Bible, God says, do not marry outside of your own community, out of your own race, your own nationality? Please, someone tell me that. Because if I'm wrong, I'm one that's open to the truth. I want truth. I want facts. But I'm telling you right now, this is ridiculous because we're being divided by the enemy. The enemy wants this. This is his plan to divide people, to separate everybody, to hate, to kill, to maim. Hence my Facebook post about that one police officer that was paralyzed because of being shot. Okay, and then you had 2 other police officers who were shot dead. They're gone. They can't come back. Is this what the kind of world we want to live in? I had a teenage boy, my 15-year-old. I don't want him to live like this. Then I got my grandbabies. My daughter, who's 25. I got 2 beautiful babies. She has 2 beautiful babies. Do you think I want my grandchildren to be raised in a world like this? No, I don't. So, moving on. My mind was just racing last night. So it is sin that's creating all this. Not a race war, not a nationality war, not I'm better than you war. It's sin. It's unfortunately sin that we were born with. But what do? Do we continue to sin? We continue to do the wrong things? That's what I don't get right now. Sin is the problem. Oh my. Okay, I already explained that. But when we marry or we, date outside of our own community, our own tribes, things like that. I have a really good church family member that I'm going to have do an interview, maybe next week with me. He's from South Sudan. I just learned, that's the thing, race, that's a sin. It's in our minds and our hearts. That's a sinful nature. So in their, in Africa, South Sudan, they were not allowed to marry outside their tribe. If they did, they were shunned, sometimes even killed. I mean, come on. This isn't the way God wanted it. He wants heaven, his kingdom, to come down and reign over this earth. People are being so blinded right now. It frustrates me. It hurts me, and I know darn well it hurts God. Yeah, I'm about ready to cry because it's just so frustrating that nobody's seeing the light. We're living in darkness. We don't have to. We don't have to live in darkness. I mean, come on, people. Use your God-given brains. So here's a few more notes. So we had the Tower of Babel. We had the sinful nature. Sin is the problem. Even if there's another thing. You're living out. I mean, you're marrying outside of your religion. You get shunned for that too. I mean, in the Muslim world, I watched a movie. It was so heartbreaking. The one young lady and her brother, they were talking about God. Well, her younger brother heard her over, listening to her radio or phone, whatever, the message of God. And it might have been God's Not Dead. It's actually from the movie God's Not Dead. Oh my goodness. So anyways, she's listening to that. Her little brother overheard it. He told her dad. What did her dad do? Kicked her right out of the house. Said, you're disowned. I don't want nothing to do with you. Is that what we need? That's not God's love. That's the enemy. He came here to steal, kill, and destroy. Well, guess what? That's what's happening right now. He's all over everybody. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like I said, I just can't. So God does not see that, but man does. And hence there is our sin in our hearts. And that's what I'm, talking about. It's the sin in our hearts. We're the sinful people. We're the problem. So let's be the solution. Here, I'm talking to my teens in Sunday school, right? We're talking about salvation. Here's something to think about. Everyone has sinned. Put it over here. Read together. Well, we don't have to do that. The teachers of the law were using a woman guilty of sin to try to trap Jesus. But he turned the story around and showed them their own sin. They fled because they knew they too had sinned. Jesus had the power to forgive the woman, and he did. Can he do the same for you? Yeah, Jesus can forgive us. But what do we need to do for him to forgive us? Turn from the world's ways. Got my flabby arm. Nice. I need to work out a little bit more. But it says, here's the memory verse that we have. For all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. So, okay, we all, A-L-L, capital A-L-L, fallen short of God's glory. All of us. So guess what? So if we're all in this together, then all of our lives matter. Every one of us. Not just a certain particular person, particular nationality, particular race. That's something I'm going to talk to you about. Me, myself, I have a post on Facebook. I'm not going to apologize for being white. You know why? God created me to be this race. God created you to be whatever race you are. He created you to be whatever nationality you are, whatever country you come from. We come from the United States. Joel, who I'm going to be interviewing soon, came from South Sudan. That's his country. He's proud of where he came from. We should be proud of who God made us. And I know I am. I'm very proud of what God made me. If you would ask me this honestly, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years ago, I might have been like, oh, I don't know, I'm sorry, I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. We need to be comfortable in our own skin, our own bodies, the way we look. We all have 2 eyes, ears, nose, mouth. We have 2 feet, 2 hands. Some of us might have a disability. That's okay. But you know what? There's racism, there's prejudice everywhere. There was people that were racist against me, by the way, because I'm white. Bull crap. I'm sorry. I'm not going to take your words, because that was the enemy filling my head with doubt. He kept just drilling it in there. And then somebody prayed for me. Amazing. Somebody interceded for me. Somebody loved me so much that they introduced me to God. I fell in love with God. Fell in love with him. And I learned so much. I have grown into a strong, confident Proverbs 31 woman. So with that said, I just pray that you are comfortable in your skin. No matter if you're light, dark, whatever. It doesn't matter. In God's eyes, we're all A-L-L. Beautiful. Beautiful. So the sin starts in our hearts and in our minds. What do we do about it? Do we keep doing it? Do we keep going out and maiming people and killing people and destroying property and burning down people's homes because we all think differently? No. That's the enemy. That's not God. I'm going to end there, but I hope this gives you something to really think about. I don't want to hear any negativity. I'm not here to be negative toward anyone. I'm here to get you to think and use your brain, use your mind, but I'm also here to teach you that God loves you so much that He created you to be you, male and female, black, white, Hispanic, Irish, Jewish, Slovak, South Sudanese, wherever you came from, whatever you look like, that's what God wanted for your life. So I pray that you embrace that. And this is the real me, because when I get passionate about something, I gotta go. And I needed to share that, and I wanted to be obedient to God. So until the next video, remember again, you are unique and different for a reason. We all bleed red. We all have bones. Every one of us has skin. Yes, it could be light, it could be dark. So what? Embrace it.